The UEFA Super Cup night between Paris Saint-Germain and Tottenham Hotspur was one of those football spectacles that remind you exactly why the sport is called the beautiful game. It wasn't just a match, it was a clash of ambition, a meeting of two football worlds, the glamour and star power of PSG against the grit, determination, and underdog spirit of Tottenham. And for the fans in the stadium and the millions watching worldwide, the 2-2 draw that ended in PSG's 4-3 victory on penalties was an emotional rollercoaster from start to finish. The stage was set under the glowing European lights, with the cup gleaming on its stand and a crowd buzzing with anticipation. PSG, still riding the high of a dominant domestic season, came into the game as favourites, with their star-studded lineup looking like something from a football fantasy. Tottenham, on the other hand, were here to make a statement. They weren't just happy to be in this match, they came to take the trophy back to North London. The opening whistle blew and right away you could sense the intensity. PSG started strong, controlling possession, their passing crisp and precise, moving the ball around like a well-oiled machine. Tottenham looked ready to absorb the pressure and hit on the counter, a strategy that kept the PSG backline on high alert. The first real spark came in the 18th minute when Kylian Mbappé, ever the magician, broke through Tottenham's defensive shape, dancing past two defenders before sliding the ball into the bottom corner. The crowd erupted, and PSG had the early lead they wanted. But if anyone thought Spurs were going to crumble, they were mistaken. Just before half-time, Tottenham struck back with a moment of brilliance. James Maddison picked up the ball in midfield, spotted Heung-Min Son making a run, and threaded a pass that split PSG's defense in two. Son, cool as you like, slotted the ball past Donnarumma to make it 1-1. The Spurs fans roared, waving their flags as their players celebrated with a mix of relief and determination. The second half kicked off with both sides trading blows. PSG's midfield trio kept trying to dictate the tempo, but Tottenham's work rate was phenomenal. Every pass was challenged, every run tracked. Then came the 63rd minute, and it was Tottenham who flipped the script. Richarlison, who had been quiet for most of the game, found himself in the right place at the right time. A deflected cross from Pedro Porro fell perfectly for him inside the box, and he smashed it past Donnarumma. Tottenham led 2-1, and suddenly, the match had a completely different feel. PSG fans were nervous, the players looked rattled, and Tottenham were feeding off the momentum. But PSG aren't strangers to high-pressure moments. They pushed forward with everything they had, their attack relentless. The breakthrough came in the 78th minute when Neymar, who had been quietly building his rhythm, delivered a pinpoint cross that found Gonçalo Ramos. Ramos rose high, beating two defenders in the air, and powered a header into the net. It was 2-2, and the stadium was shaking with noise. The last 10 minutes of regular time were pure chaos. Chances at both ends, last-ditch tackles, and heart-in-mouth moments for both sets of fans. Extra time brought more drama but no goals, with both teams showing signs of exhaustion yet refusing to back down. The match went to penalties, the ultimate test of nerve. The shootout began with both teams converting their first two spot kicks. Mbappe and Maddison both scored with confidence, followed by Neymar and Son. Then came the twist. Tottenham's third penalty taker, Cristian Romero, stepped up but saw his effort brilliantly saved by Donnarumma, who guessed right and parried the ball away. PSG capitalized on the advantage with Ramos calmly slotting his shot into the corner. Tottenham kept the fight alive with Richarlison scoring their fourth, but PSG's final penalty was left to their captain, Marquinhos. He stepped up, ice in his veins, and sent the goalkeeper the wrong way to seal the victory. PSG players ran towards their fans, embracing in celebration as fireworks lit up the night sky. Tottenham players, though disappointed, walked off with their heads held high, knowing they had pushed one of Europe's best teams to the limit. For PSG, this was more than just lifting another trophy. It was a statement of resilience, of surviving a tough challenge and finding a way to win under pressure. For Tottenham, this was a performance that would win them respect across Europe. They may not have lifted the cup, but they showed the kind of fight and unity that could lead them to silverware soon. The 2-2 scoreline and 4-3 penalty shootout win will be remembered as one of the more thrilling UEFA Super Cup encounters in recent history. Fans witnessed stunning goals, heroic saves, tactical battles, and moments of individual brilliance. It was a reminder that football isn't just about the final score, it's about the drama, the emotion, and the stories it creates. And on this night, PSG and Tottenham gave us all a story worth telling for years to come, a night where stars shone, underdogs roared, and the spirit of the game was alive in every kick of the ball.